Hi Cancer, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs, but there's no astrology in these. So check them out for all three, see which one speaks to you and which part of you I resonate most with. You are my lunar brothers and sisters, so maybe it will be your moon sign. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, over the course of this week, you have... Okay. Wow, the Sun card. Beautiful. Right, so when the Sun card shows up, before I get into that, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. With the Sun card as your key to the week, the overarching message is that in all of these different sectors, blessings can find you now. This can be a time where amazing, wonderful things can show up in your world. That's beautiful. But more importantly, what I love most about this is it basically, the Sun card has this special energy about it where it basically says whatever challenges show up for you this week, they're going to pass quickly and easily. Whatever blessings show up for you this week, they are likely to be that much more expansive and that much more available to you at this moment in time. I love the Sun card because it brings joy, it brings laughter, it brings light, and I think a lot of us could use that at this moment in time. All right, also, if there is a burning question that you have in the back of your mind that you're like, Raf, I need a yes, no answer to this, the answer is absolutely yes. All right. So for your actions and options this week, you have the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is an action card. This is really about you fighting for what you want and for what you believe in. This is about you kind of... I had this realization just recently. I was talking to a really good friend of mine, and we're both Aquarians. We have literally like our birthdays are like a day apart. So she's the 4th, I'm the 3rd, and there's 2 years between us. And we were talking about lots of things, and I said, you know, I kind of finally feel like the universe has taken the tie off of my hands that have been tied behind my back. That's what this feels like for you guys this week. It's like if you felt like you've been fighting with your hands tied behind your back, that all goes away this week, right? Like whatever shackles, chains, whatever holdbacks have been holding you back, this week you get the ultimate freedom and you are showing up to fight for what it is that you want and you believe in. Now, in terms of a person, the Queen of Swords usually represents an Aquarius, an air sign woman, an Aquarius, Gemini or Libra. But because they come up with the Sun card, this is somebody who will bring happiness and joy to your life, or somebody who is a reminder of those things in your world. Now, in terms of the options that are available to you, it does suggest that your opportunities that show up for you this week absolutely can be golden, but you will have to work for them or you will have to fight for them. Then you've got the 3 of Wands, and this shows up for you in the position of your communications and conversations, which is also your work. This is a very lucky energy, right? And coupled with the Sun card, this is even more luck, right? This is luck, abundance, this is blessings, this is moments of reward that show up for you within the career sector, especially if you're willing to show up for yourself, if you're willing to fight for what you believe in. Now, this Queen of Swords with the 3 of Wands, that's almost a message to say you've got to be a little bit forceful this week. All right, like usually Cancerians, like, you know, we're kind, I say we, loving, kind, accepting, caring, but there's a steely side to the Cancerian energy, and this, I kind of feel like if you have got the guts to really go for something that you want, it can show up for you in stellar fashion. So I love this. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, that 3 of Wands sees you really starting to observe. I think this is where you really start to observe the the ins and outs of whatever you're studying. It's like, you have that magical moment after months and months of just taking in new information where it all finally starts to click. I think you're having that moment this week, but it's almost like you have that moment under the guidance of a trusted peer or a teacher, etc. But even better than that, you have this kind of like, oh gosh, I feel like all emotional and I've got like that popcorn feeling in my chest, which is always a good thing. I feel like you're doing this under the watchful gaze of somebody that's like, maybe they've been checking you out or scoping you out to decide, I don't know whether I want to work with this person or not. And then you do something, or like in the course of your studies or even in the course of your work, and they're like, yes, it's this person. So, and don't let this make you get all in your head now and start being like, oh gosh, now I've got to overperform and da-da-da. No, just keep doing you, just keep being you. That is enough. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, same thing stands, right? Same thing for those of you in business matters as well. There's some kind of elevation that comes from this week because you really show up for yourself. It's like, you know what? Okay, I'm just going to do the best that I can do, be the best that I can be. And it's like some moment where everything comes together for you across the board. There's someone or an outside party or maybe even a larger institution that's looking at you and they're like, yeah, you know what? All I needed was one more thing to convince me that you were the person, and whatever that is, you do it this week. So I am going to say this as a caveat and a warning. You've got the Sun card. Enjoy it. Make it look like fun. That's what's going to be the clincher. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this I actually think is a lot of you looking at an active hobby of some sort that potentially has like a little bit of a, this might be Tai Chi, Kung Fu, Taekwondo, Karate. It might be, it might even be for some of you cycling. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely going to be something that makes the heart rate pulse. You get what I mean. Your heart rate's going up because of whatever it is that you're doing. Then you've got the Strength card in your love and relations. So if you are single, some bright, happy spark who is going to push you and goad you and force you to really show up and has got smarts. This is someone who's got guts and vigor and is going to force you to show yours as well. I love this. With the Three of Wands here, there's a chance that for some of you, this is somebody that you meet on your travels. When I say your travels, it doesn't have to be international travel, although that is possible for a lot of you. But it will definitely be somebody that you meet or connect with that is not from your immediate sort of locality. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, I love this. There is a freedom here that shows up within the relationship because you guys are, it's like you're talking it out at such a heart-based level that it's like the only way is up. Like when you connect with someone so deeply where you can just be really brutally honest about what you think and feel, how else can you be, right? Like it's gonna improve. It really will. For your love, for your money and materials, you've got the Hierophant card. For those of you that need to put financial applications in for your work, for your business, for a mortgage or anything like that, you got the green light. Okay, the cards are basically saying whatever it is that you want, you may have to negotiate a little harder, especially if they because obviously at the moment interest rates are ridiculous. If you're going for a loan or a mortgage or anything like that, haggle your fucking butt off, right? The energy is with you this week. If they, if you go for something, they say, well, yes, we can do this for you, but it's going to be 7.5%. You can say to them, yeah, not interested in that. This is what I'm happy to go up to, make it happen, or I'm going elsewhere. All right, like you have the power this week, right? The ability lies with you. So anywhere that you're dealing with bigger institutions, larger financial institutions, negotiate, especially because you've got the Queen of Swords who's working in your favor, right? This is how you show up. So you've got to be prepared to back it up. Now, with that said, when it comes to your home and environment, the Hierophant card, there's something here that's going to be very esoteric for some people. For some people, you're going to love what I'm about to talk about because you're Cancerians, right? Home is your domain. There's something about the energies of your home that needs to be looked at this week, right? Whether this is that you get the sage out, whether it's that you rebalance the energies just by literally doing it from within, whatever it is, but the energetics and the energies of your home need some serious cleansing at this moment in time. And this isn't in like the new age kind of like, well, I waved some sage around and now the place is just, you know, an angelic space of light. Like, I'm talking about real cleansing, right? And when I do a cleansing, I do everything. I wash the floors, I wash the doors, I wipe down my walls, I clean my ceiling off with a broom. When I talk about, and that's just on the physical level, let alone like the spiritual level and the, you know, all the other things like incense and all the rest of it. Cleanse your space this week, right? Do it and do it properly, right? Even to the point of it being some kind of religious observance. Very important, especially with the Sun card here, because whatever you shift this week in terms of the home will be very powerful. And then finally, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, for a lot of you, it looks like there's a trip to the hospital this week. It may not necessarily be on your behalf. This could be on somebody else's. If that is the case, it will be okay. You've got the Sun card here, so you've got protection. But yeah, there is a possibility that the hospital will be paid a visit this week. I really hope that's not the case. Like I said, if it is, it will be short-lived. Don't panic. All right. With that said, if you want to get your personal reading with me, hit the link in the description box below. And with that said, I will wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.